Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your end of May 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here, fellow Sag. Okay, let's get a good card here. I just got this for Leo. It's not too shabby. I got that in the exact same position for Leo. I wonder if it's a fire energy thing. All right. I like to see that. I like to see the victory of the chariot. Let's see what the outcome. Maybe I'll pick this one. Yes. She shoots, she scores. This is a great card for that. I was going to say that alpha male energy, but if you're a woman like me, well, we are masculine signs. I get accused of being a man online on a regular basis. It's pretty hilarious. Doesn't bother me a bit. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Swords. You can see it's almost like that third eye, the pineal gland activation, if you will. And this card, sometimes I sense that there is something that the person has been dealing with where they have been deluding themselves, and now the light is pouring through. It's like ding, ding, ding. And, you know, it's human nature to be wanting a certain outcome, even though you know that it probably isn't going to happen, because you realize what you're up against, but you still want it more than anything. And that kind of, I don't know, back and forth, that can sometimes feel a little bit daunting, because we really want something desperately, but we know that the odds of it panning out that way aren't that great. In the past, and one thing I should say is the Ace of Swords can be that you can move forward now because you have that mental clarity that you need. And it's interesting because we've had this Mercury retrograde. I'm recording this on May 14th when Mercury goes direct. And sometimes when we're in the midst of a Mercury retrograde, or where our minds are going back into something else that we are ruminating about in terms of making a choice. Do we really, maybe we should try that again, or maybe if you hear back from somebody, maybe I should reunite with that person. Sometimes my partner is also a Sag, and he heard back from an old boss of his, and he's working somewhere else, and he decided to work for this guy that he had been working for last year, just to kind of keep things flowing with that possibility. But this guy came back during the Mercury retrograde, and that's kind of like what can happen sometimes, and you have to make a choice. Do I really want to reopen this relationship, or what have you? See, in the past position, we have the Three of Swords, and there can be this sense of rejection. This is such a brutal depiction of this card. Oh my gosh. And, for some Sagittarius, this may be something that happened years ago, a few years ago maybe. And now you have a greater understanding of what exactly it all was about. And that illuminates you. That allows you to move ahead in your life and not feel this sense of still trapped in the past and still kind of confused, like, did I do something wrong here? Maybe it was my fault. And even if your mental clarity takes you to a place where, like, oh, you know what? I did contribute to this. That also releases you to move forward and to really forge a path that's full of clarity. The higher message is represented by the Four of Pentacles. And you can see this woman, she's holding on to her coin purse. This can be a card actually that is very good for any kind of financial decisions or actually managing your finances. So in the past, if you have been, at some job or some situation where you felt some kind of mistreatment that you felt reflected personally on you, and now you realize that you have options. Sometimes it's just realizing you have that freedom. Even a Sag can be kind of like stuck in that desire for security. Your moon sign can give you a good hint at that. If you have, like, let's say you have the moon in Cancer and your sun sign is in Sag. I knew somebody with that combination, which is kind of a strange combination for sure. But emotionally, which is really important in our life, this really guides us a lot of times, is our emotional reactions to things. You might feel like, oh my God, I didn't get that promotion and now I barely can pay my bills, and I was counting on this. I just bought this new car. I just did, what can I do? And all of that. And the Four of Pentacles can be either that you are able to manage your money in a way that works for you, or that there is financial security for you. You just have to realize it. Maybe you have been thinking way too much about the glass half empty, and you have so much fullness in your life in a material sense, in a sense of abundance, and you have to just see that. What crosses you is the Five of Cups. This is a card of mourning the loss of something. And yes, of course, it can always be relationship related, but because actually those cards on top, that could be a relationship situation where you're finally seeing this lover's triangle. The Three of Swords can be a lover's triangle, and you're kind of seeing that you were played. Because the Four of Pentacles is really like, protect your assets. It's funny that the word ass is in the word assets, because it's like protect your ass. If somebody is saying that they're going to leave their partner, if they're cheating on their partner and you're going along with the ride and yet you're getting played, it's kind of like, I was going to say, it's kind of like karma, because you participated in this thing. How would you feel if you were that third party? I mean, you're actually the third party, but how would you feel if you were that partner of that individual and you were being cheated on? But also something even with financial matters. So if you're getting cheated on, yeah, that could be a big thing, but you have been kind of footing the bills. Maybe it's time to check your bank account. Make sure that somebody isn't taking your money. Maybe it's time to say, hey, you get a separate bank account. If you suspect that they're cheating, maybe you're on the way out. But in the meantime, if you're especially if you're legally married to the person, that you have to do that. But still, mourning the loss of what could have been, because that can really keep people hooked into a fantasy, which maybe there's a timeline when it would have worked, but you're not living that timeline. You're living the timeline where they cheated on you or what have you. What's coming in is a Chariot card. I love this. This is Cancer, and it could be maybe that timing of this, but this is a card of victory. For some of you, it could be travel or a new car, a new vehicle. And for Sag, any kind of a new vehicle really represents freedom, because Sag is all about exploring new sights and all of that good stuff. But this can be success that occurs that comes from some kind of a crisis or awful catalyst. Again, I feel like this could be several years old, even. And you're just now getting around to understanding how the toll it took on you. And that's what the Five of Cups can represent, but maybe something's blocking your realization of this. The Ace of Swords gives you that mental clarity so that you can see things for what they truly are. But the important thing is with the Chariot card that you win, that you have that success. And the outcome is the King of Wands. This is stepping into your own power. There's that lion energy in the background. The torch. That individuality, that freedom that Sag craves. Like being able to really embrace that, because you are living proof that people can succeed in spite of obstacles if they are totally putting all of their energy into themselves. They're not leaking energy, being codependent, pining away for something that really is not likely to occur, those kinds of things. So that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.